Yeah, we are the Billy family.
Yeah, Kaisha. Yeah.
Just arrived in Manchester.
Kaisha. Gaza.
Yup. So,
Manchester.
I'm going to Newcastle. They're playing tonight in Manchester.
Yeah.
But
Tomorrow in Ireland.
oh, they're going to Ireland. Nice. I've never been there, but one day. So, Scaliar, pode chamar o dono da discoteca hoje de noite e dizer que és amigo de Keisha. Se calhar ele pode arranjar um pouco de dinheiro para mim, para ir cantar. Yeah?
Billy Family.
Yup.
Yup. Chegamos agora em Inglaterra, pessoal.
Yup, UK, we here.
Fiquem atentos, Kaisha vai estar em Newcastle, nós aí em Manchester.
Thing is, sometimes the fuckery is real. Once you start being in this business of performing and doing shows and selling stuff and whatever, you know how to place some safeguards to guard yourself from being screwed by people. In terms of performing, for example, you ask for 50% before you confirm a show. So you ask 50%. And then in case you cancel the show, you give back the 50%. Or if they cancel the show for whatever reason that is not a good reason, yeah, you keep your 50%. But most of the time, you ask for 50% to reserve the show and you have to ask for the other 50% before performing. Because once you performed, it's over. People can start inventing stuff not to pay you. So you have to, you learn how to have a lot of your managers and stuff. They have a lot of things in place, like they want to have receipt, hotel reservation, plane tickets reservation, to make sure that everything is according to the contract that you signed before moving to some other countries. And so this guy that we had to deal with, he sent us a proof that he sent the 50%, but we never received the 50%. So we hear like, okay. My manager is like, I didn't receive the bank transfer. I see that you, but yeah, but I sent it. Look, here's the proof. I said, listen, I see your proof, but my only proof is the money in my bank account. And if I don't see the money on my bank account, we're not traveling. Oh, I don't understand. I'm gonna talk to the bank, whatever. Maybe they made a mistake, whoever, whatever. So that was the first thing where we were like, Then the second thing, the guy, he sent us plane tickets, but without numbers. So there's the date, the number of the flight, my name, her name, but the e-ticket number, or you have the code of the reservation, which is usually 6 numbers of letters. None of this was there. So before the show, one day before, we still don't have the 50%, so actually we're not gonna travel. And we don't have proper way to check in. And the guy's like, I don't understand, blah, 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 blah. I will fix that, whatever. So we this is sketchy, but let's see. The next day in the morning, the guy sends us, first of all, he sends the right reservation for my manager, so she could travel from Paris to UK. And me, the guy doesn't send nothing and doesn't reply. So my manager is like, you know what, just go to the airport and see there what's going on. So I go to the airport with my luggage and stuff. When I arrive at the check-in, they tell me that I cannot check in my luggage because my ticket doesn't exist. And the reservation is here, but it hasn't been paid. So I'm like, fuck. And my manager is already in the air. She's already flying to UK. So me, I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So long story short, I had 5 minutes to take a decision. Either buy a ticket myself and get refunded as soon as I arrived, right? Or just go home. I don't know, I felt like you know, let's go to an adventure. Bought a ticket first, took the plane, and I called the guy. I said, listen, I'm buying the plane ticket for you. I don't understand your excuses and stuff, but here's what's gonna happen. Once I land, I wanna see my full cachet for the show, plus the refund for the big ticket. Don't worry. You don't even have to worry. As soon as she lands, your manager will have everything in her hand. And once you land, you will see. So, okay. I land, I arrive there, the guy is here, super friendly, everything is cool, blah, 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 blah. People are always, crooks are always cool. Then I reach my manager, and so we were in Manchester. Now we have to go to the first show, which was in Newcastle. It's 2 hours and a half of driving. So after eating something, we start going. On the way, my manager tells me, I didn't receive nothing. I don't have 50%. I don't have the other 50%. I don't have the money from your ticket. The guy keeps telling me, don't worry, once we arrive there. And now it's starting to smell very bad. But we're here, let's go to the adventure, right? So we roll, we arrive to Newcastle. And the guy says, okay, we're gonna pass at the club. I just need to check something at the club, and then I put you at the hotel, and I come pick you up at 1 a.m. because the club closed at 3 a.m. sharp. So you have to perform exactly at 1:30. My manager says, yeah, but don't you forget something? Don't worry. Like she said, stop telling us not to worry, because there's plenty to worry about. Don't worry. 1 a.m. when I pick you up, I'll have everything ready, whatever. So how does this smell? When you organize a show with an artist, rule number 1, never hope that you're gonna get money at the door. Have the money ready to pay the artist, and then at the door, see if you're lucky or not. It was looking like this guy was hoping and trying to, you know, buy some time. He drops us at the hotel, and we tell him, man, listen, we're not leaving this hotel without the money. He's like, don't worry, 1 a.m. I'm here. So we go to sleep because we're tired. At 2 a.m., yes, 2 a.m., the guy arrives from nowhere, start crying. Oh, sorry, I only have like, he brought us like 30% of the money. And they're like, oh, that's all I have, please. Now, he's using a trick that the crooks use all the time, which is the emotional vibe. So he's like, oh, your public is waiting. You don't want to disappoint them. They've been complaining. It's 2 a.m. already. The club's going to close at 3. Oh my God, please do this for me. You know me, my brother. Okay, first of all, stop calling me your brother. I only have 2 brothers, okay? My 2 little brothers. Everybody else, I don't know them. I don't have other brothers. So stop calling me brother, first of all. Stop telling me not to worry. Stop calling me brother. Where's my money? If I don't have my money, I'm not performing. I'm sorry. Like, okay, sorry for the fans, but you know, the business is the business. You doing this to get some money? Me too. I love to perform for my fans, but at the same time, we also in the business. If every time people use the melancholic fiber, I will never make money and never pay my rent. So, but the guy's like, yeah, please, you know, even if you sing only 5 or 10 minutes, listen, I don't come. When I sing, I like to give like 45 1-hour show. You're not gonna come here and ask me to sing 5 minutes. And the guy is there, and the other one, the guy from that city, was not saying anything. He was like, he actually seemed surprised of the whole situation. So the guy started crying at the time. He's like, I swear to you, tomorrow I'm doing the other party too, because it was a 2 show, 2 days, 2 city tour. And the guy's like, oh, I swear, once I arrive there, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. you will have all your money from yesterday, from tonight, and from tomorrow. I swear, please, brother. I said, I already told you to stop bothering me. Okay. Anyway, at a point, it's 2:30. I'm like, you know what? We're already here. You know what? Let's go please the public. We're probably gonna have to sit on that money, but who knows? Maybe we could be lucky. So I go there. Public is waiting. The club is full. I go, I start performing, people are happy. 10 minutes of performance, they cut my sound. The lights, they turn on the lights. Club is closed. Police is here, like. I was super frustrated because it was my first time ever in Newcastle, and I want to give a good impression for the first time, right? I was frustrated. Then I tried to do photos with everybody. At least I can do some selfies with people. After 10 or 15 people, they ask everybody to leave. They don't want us to do photos. The club has to be empty. I was pissed as hell. We get outside, we talk a little bit with the fans and stuff. Those who were there, so I say, I'm sorry, the show was small, and they're like, yeah, you know, the organization was bad, it's not your fault. I was like, yeah, but you know, I hate that this is happening. I would have even preferred to just stay at the hotel, but... Hello.
Hello.
So, hello everybody, hello.
Olá, vamos tirar foto. Caixa. Ai, a mulher do Caixa não faz filme, é a minha irmã. Caixa não tá filmando.
I need you face.
Você é esposa do Caixa, minha caçula.
So I was saying...
Mas só maneja e mulher together. É mangolê. Você sabe como é que nós somos, né, minha caçula?
from Angola.
Ele tá tirando o seu coisa, tira no teu também.
Mas Caixa, mas vou te condenar agora. Caixa, eu tô muito chateada contigo. Porque você só cantou 3 músicas.
Aquele teu manager
mangolê não pode.
em Cabo Verde, estava a ver ali a parte do coisa, onde é mar. É um vídeo ali para Caixa.
I love you, Caixa.
Ele tá tirando. Não, Caixa, tira no
So I just came out of a very frustrating show. I only seen 10 minutes. Not my fault. I'm so sorry. But, now we're on the way back, and the guy is telling me, "Don't worry, brother. 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm here with all the money. Blah blah blah. You will see. Don't worry. I already did it." And then I think the guy forgot that I speak Portuguese. The promoter, I mean, the other guy who was from that city, asks him in Portuguese. So what happened with all the money I gave you for the 50% and the plane tickets and to pay the artist actually? What happened with this money? And the guy is like inventing something. He's like, he told us one lie, but to him, he tells another lie. So I realized that, oh shit, the guy, not only he's trying to fuck us, but he's also fucking his partner. Oh my God. This becomes a novella. So I'm like, I tell my manager, listen, I think this guy is trying to make the money from tomorrow, and if we're smart, we have to double cross him because he's gonna fuck us. This is the ultimate fuckery. This is probably a guy who's full of debt and is trying to use one lie to cover another lie and another and like, so you screw somebody to be able to screw another one, and then you need to pay money to somebody before he cuts your balls, so you use that money and then you cry to everybody. That's how they do. And so what we do when we have to be smart. So what we do is that I call a friend of mine who's the promoter of the next party. He was organizing that party with that guy, and I'd explain to him the whole situation, and I tell him, listen, we have to work together and bypass this guy before he tries to fuck you too. And at the same time, the guy was trying to call this guy to have them send the money from the pre-sales of the tickets from the next day and give it to him so that he could give that money to us. And then after that, he would invent something for the next day. And we were like, I called my boy, who was a guy from Manchester who organized that party in Leeds with the guys from Leeds. And I explained to him the whole situation, and the guy's like, oh my God, okay, listen, I already have the money to pay you. Don't worry, tomorrow I'm paying you. So focus on trying to get your money back from yesterday. And tomorrow, don't even worry. I know this guy is serious. I work with him already. I know he's a good guy. So good thing that I had his contact. So the next day, so we wait for him at 9 a.m. We were fucking tired, but actually the guy came we had to check out at 12. The guy was still not there. The guy arrived at 2 p.m. Yes, 2 p.m. And so he's here. We go in his car. He takes us to an ATM. He takes some money. He doesn't tell us how much. And he just takes some money. And then goes in the car and he's like, start driving to the next city, which was Leeds. But so the next day, now we're in the car and we like, you know what? Before we start driving, let's do a little bit of accounting and see how much money we have. And the guy started inventing stuff, and his friends start to be pissed at him because even them, they're like, can you stop inventing stuff? Can you stop lying to everybody? You've been lying even to us. At a point, the guy I asked him, how much money did you take at the ATM? He's like, oh, I took 200 pounds. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with 200 pounds? This doesn't even cover the ticket that I just paid. And I said, listen, you know what? Just give me the money you have, and then I'm gonna see. And the guy gives me 100 pounds. And I'm like, why don't you give me 200? He's like, oh, because I need to pay your hotel in the next one. And I'm like, oh my God. So what about the reservation of hotels and the proof that you paid for the hotel? These two, you made this up because you already made up the 50% whatever from the bank. And we starting to see that you already made up the reservation at the hotel, since now you want to take us to another hotel. And if you only have 100 to pay the hotel, you're going to take us to a cheap hotel. I said, you know what? Let's go past that. We arrived there. We arrived in Leeds after hours of driving, and we're tired. We're not even pissed because we know how these people work. We're just trying to squeeze all the money we can from him, and if we can arrive to 50 or 60% of the money of that night, I mean, at least it's something. We've performed 7 minutes anyway. We arrived there and we're like, now we're hungry, we would like to eat. And the guy tells us, I don't have money to pay for your food. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, okay, bye. We go to eat. I invite my manager to dinner. We dine, we chill, we talk. We no stress. We don't stress about these things anymore. Happened too many times in our lives, especially like, I have lots of story about things in France, Africa, the US, so don't worry. Now we're here, and the guys from Manchester arrive in Leeds, and they tell me that, yeah, we're here already, so if you want, we can see you at the hotel and make sure of everything and whatever. I said, yeah, come. So we come, they come at the hotel, we chill, we start talking, I explain to them the situation. They're like, oh my God, what a fucker, how could you do that? He obviously didn't have the money, and he's pretending to us that he's a sponsor, whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut him from the whole business and remove him, and we're gonna tell the security to not even let him in. And don't worry, we already have your money, we're gonna pay you on time, whatever. All right, good. So they go there and they see the guy, and they told him, you know what, go back to London, and you're not welcome here. And the guy actually came back to my hotel, came to me, started apologizing and said shit. I said, oh yeah, big surprise. And he lied and but he has a lot of respect for me. Yeah, doesn't seem. And or whatever, and all he has is a little more money, so he gave me a little bit more money that he had, which actually made me arrive more or less to, I don't remember, maybe to 60% of what he owed me, or 70%, and which was not bad actually. And then by 1 a.m. the guys arrived for that party of that night with 100% of the show. They paid me that, plus the commission that they were supposed to give to this guy, which actually made me reach probably 80% of the money that he owed me, and covered the ticket. So more or less, I was not losing that much money finally with the whole operation, because I was smart and you want to play me, I'm going to play you. And then, we did some accounting with the manager, and then we went at 1 a.m. we just went to the club, and we did a great show, and actually came back in Portugal with actually not feeling like that we lost money, because we actually lost 10% of what we were supposed to get. To me, this is crazy that even when you can protect yourself from these people, but they will still try. And I took a leap of faith, and actually I was right, because I actually made money. But I'm gonna give you a few rules when you do business. So it's the business of music, but it can be the business of selling anything. Rule number 1, ask for 50% before doing anything. Rule number 2, if the 50% are not there, don't travel or don't start working and you don't care. And rule number 3, if you don't have the plane ticket that you asked or whatever, stay home. Rule number 4, don't be emotional. People will always try to use the emotional vibe to, make you like, oh my God, don't do this, your fans, you whatever. Listen, when you're young, you're like, oh my God, the fans, they're gonna be pissed at me because, yeah, of course. Imagine, I arrived that night 2 hours late and I only performed 10 minutes. The people who don't know the situation, they're like, look at this motherfucker. He comes to our city and he doesn't even respect us. He comes late and he sings 10 minutes. And sometimes it's exactly what happens. The media will say, oh, Kanye West came late or Drake came late. But sometimes, yeah, it is because the promoter is not doing the thing right. If you're already there and the people start inventing stuff, stay in your hotel room and sleep. Sometimes it's better to just be cold and say, fuck you. Anyway. Well, sometimes the fuckery happens.
Tuzo tambula neti na filma